So, hi Priyanka, how are you doing?
Yes, hello. I'm doing good. What about you? How are you doing?
I'm well. I'm doing well. Thank you for asking, Priyanka. So, yes, so you had a certain question in mind today that there are a
Yeah.
lot of people who say
Mm-hmm.
that they can understand English, but they can't speak in English, and a lot of people
Yeah.
struggle with this, right? So,
Mhm.
first of all, I want to ask you, why do you think that is a problem with so many learners?
Yes, I had so many conversation with my co-learner, with my audience also. So as I can see why they are struggling in it, just because of there is no content in their head.
Hmm.
There is no content, I think. Yeah, there is no content in their head, and they are not able to think in English.
Yeah.
I
So
think
the
that
struggle
is
with the
the main
content,
problem.
yes, that could be one thing. But I think
Mm-hmm.
this is because they have spent a lot of years learning English passively. By that I mean that they are reading a lot of books, they are listening to people, they are watching a lot of English content. But
Mm-hmm.
speaking is not something that can be learned by some passive way, right? So you have to
Yeah.
speak actively. Speaking is active. It needs
Mm-hmm.
practice. Like it's not just theory, it's a practical as well, right? So it needs practice, and it's like watching cricket, right? You can watch cricket
Mm-hmm.
all your life, but that doesn't mean you'll know how to play it, right? So to play it, you have
Hmm.
to actually get on the field, actually grab the bat, look at the ball and then hit it, right? So when the ball comes at you.
Hmm.
So that only comes with practice. That only comes when you are actually doing this practical, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
reading books, watching movies, and listening to English podcasts, all of this may be theory, right? So you have to do the
Hmm.
practical of actually speaking in this language yourself. So that is a very common problem among learners, I see.
Yes, yeah. And yeah, that is true. And one more thing, people are just consuming content. There is only input is there. They are
Hmm.
consuming a lot of things, but they are not speaking. Output is not there. They should try to do practice, and then maybe they will be able to recall. And I think vocabulary also plays a vital role in this. What do you think?
It absolutely does. And as you said, that the input is all there, but there's no output. So that is one
Yeah.
important factor. And I think, I don't know why people hesitate to speak in English, right? I mean, I see a lot of people, they're afraid of making mistakes. I understand, people are afraid of making mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Are fearful that people will judge them. And all of this is because they do not have enough practice of speaking in English, right? So the output is more important.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
completely.
So yeah. So ma'am, if you put yourself in the position of learner who
Mhm.
cannot speak English, but that person can understand English, so what
Mhm.
will you do? What is your first step
Mhm.
to
Mhm.
get rid of this problem?
Yeah. So the first step I would take to get rid of this problem as a learner is that I would start speaking in English. Okay. This is
Mm-hmm.
something I tell all my learners. It sounds very basic when I say I'll start speaking in English, but this is something I tell all my learners is that the more mistakes you will make, the better it is for me, right? I tell, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to speak correct English. I want you to just speak. You can speak whatever you want, make as many mistakes you want, because that is when I will get a scope to correct you, right? And when I
Hmm.
correct you is only that is the only time when you will learn, correct? So
Correct. Yeah.
you can speak in correct English to me, that is okay, but that is not when you are learning. So when my learners are in my session, I just tell them, speak as much as you want, just speak, make as many mistakes as you can, because that
Hmm.
will help me correct you, and that then when I correct you will help you to improve, will help you to learn the language. So that's what I say
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah. And that is true also. Yes.
Right.
Okay.
And
So would yeah.
please go
Yes.
ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, you can speak what you were saying.
I was just asking, can someone be fluent in understanding but still afraid to speak? Do you think that is a possibility that they're still afraid to speak, but they understand it fluently?
Yes, maybe because they have a fear in their mind, people will
Mm-hmm.
judge them, they will criticize if the person will speak wrong English. So that is the one thing I would
Mm-hmm.
say.
Yeah, that's correct. Fluency in listening doesn't always mean fluency in speaking. Speaking needs
Yeah.
confidence, speaking needs courage, and it needs habit. You should be habitual of speaking in that language. If you learn a language and then you become fluent in this language, but then you forgot, then you did not speak it for years. I don't think you will remember the language. So it needs a habit. You should be habitual of speaking in that language.
Yes, English should be omnipresent in their life.
Right, right. It should be an active part. It should play an active
Mm.
role. That is when you'll be able to learn it.
Right. And the one more thing is there, if they don't know about the topic, if the
Hmm.
topic is unknown, that time also they feel stuck while speaking
Hmm.
because they
Hmm.
don't have knowledge about that
Hmm.
particular thing.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I can say that is also a problem
Hmm.
with them.
Yeah, yeah. So I think that just comes with practice. Yeah, you have to be aware. You have to be surrounded with this language. That is when you'll be able to grow, right? And I think what according to you, Priyanka, would be the best way to start speaking if someone is feeling scared?
I think they can start speaking with tutors because tutor is not going to judge you. They will always be ready to correct you. But
Yeah.
initially, if you start speaking with your friends or family members, so somewhere you feel they will laugh at you, and if they will laugh at you at initial stage, then you are not going to be speak this again in front of them. But if the tutor will correct you, then you will see, yes, I need to improve, and the person is not going to judge me, or I have to work upon this. So I think
Absolutely.
this is the first step they should take while learning this language.
That's true. I mean, because in the session, it's just you and the tutor, and it's a completely
Hmm.
judgment-free space. You just have to speak, right? And the person and the tutor will correct you. So you don't need a classroom to learn it. You just need consistency. You
Hmm.
need to be present. You need to have that will to start, right? So it's just as
Yeah.
simple as that. You just have to start speaking and start practicing.
Yeah. Right.
Also in my sessions there are a lot of learners, so they are very afraid to speak, right? So
Hmm.
what do you think learners should speak even if their English isn't perfect?
Yes, they can speak. Even I also started learning this language last year. That time I was also the same. I was not able to speak, but slowly and gradually I have learned this language just by speaking broken English. And I corrected myself. I got feedback from tutors as well. I am still learning. I'm reading books every day. I am watching podcast, English conversation, and some tutors video also, because if they are correcting to someone, so I can also find the mistakes, what are the right way to learn this language, what are the grammatical errors people usually make. I can also learn from them by watching. So this is how I'm learning, and people can also learn. If they don't, they should not feel they are beginner, and they should be perfect in this language, then only they will be speak. That they will never come if you don't do practice.
Absolutely, and I asked you this question because that's what exactly I feel, that staying silent will take you nowhere, right?
Yeah.
So every mistake you make is a step closer to fluency. So if you're
Hmm.
not perfect in English, it doesn't mean that you have to just stop. You have to uh, keep in touch with the language. Speaking slowly with
Hmm.
mistakes is always better than not speaking anything or staying silent, right? So
Right.
every
Yeah.
mistake you make will take you closer towards your goal. So
Yeah.
And how would you encourage someone? What mindset do you think someone should have when they start speaking?
Okay. So as I learned throughout this journey, I think they should have a learning attitude, whatever they want to learn, no matter, but they should have a learning attitude. First, they should have a passion about English, or they should be consistent according to you what they should do.
Correct. Yes. I always tell my learners that so you all learned your mother tongue very easily,
Hmm.
right? You
Yes.
did not have to put in any special effort with that. Why? Because
Hmm.
that language was being spoken to you and you could not even understand that language, right? And
Yeah.
it just came so naturally because we were children and we thought like children. We did
Hmm.
not fear of speaking. For me, my mother tongue is Hindi, right? So when probably
Hmm.
I was speaking, so I wasn't anyway afraid of anybody judging my Hindi, right? Oh, if I say
Okay. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
if I say wrong, if I say something in Hindi which is completely wrong, grammatically incorrect, there's no structure to my sentence, but I would just
Hmm.
speak, right? So you see kids around yourself, they just speak. They are not afraid of being judged. They say anything and everything in the world, whatever they hear you saying, right?
Yes.
So similarly, when it comes to learning English, you have to think like a child. Children speaks
Hmm.
freely, so you speak English
Hmm.
very freely, right? You should not be worried about the grammar. Like children do, they don't care about the grammar, they care about being
Hmm.
understood. They just want to send their message across, whatever they want to say. So
Hmm.
they're never afraid of using anything incorrectly. So just send your message across, and that's the goal, right? Communication is the goal.
Yeah.
Send your message across. Perfection is not the goal when you're beginning to learn a language. So that is what I think.
Yes. Yeah. And perfection, I think nobody is perfect here. People all are learner. Even the fluent speaker also a learner.
Exactly. Yeah,
So
I always
we
agree
should
to that.
not, yeah, we should not run behind perfection. That word
Never.
is, I think, no, not exist in the world.
That's true. Nobody is perfect. Nobody is
Yeah.
perfect. Right.
Okay.
So,
So what are the, yeah.
please
I
go ahead.
want to ask one question related to this topic. That is, what type of habits a learner should inculcate in their daily life so that
Mhm.
they can learn this language consciously or unconsciously
Mhm.
without
Okay.
putting a lot of efforts, but easily they can learn this language and get their fluency.
Hmm. Right. So, something that my school teacher always told me that if you want to write better, you need to read more. Okay. But if you
Mm-hmm.
want to speak better, you need to listen to a lot of people, to a lot of things in English, right? So,
Yes.
some little habits that everybody can inculcate that would not take a lot of no, not take any effort, I would say. That speak at
Mm-hmm.
least 5 sentences out loud every day. Okay, that's
Yeah.
one. So, so say something while getting ready, say something while cooking, walking, talking to somebody, just speaking daily, even short sentence. This will build fluency and this will build confidence that, oh, I said this sentence grammatically correct today. So I just,
Mm-hmm.
while talking to a friend, okay, oh, I watched a movie last night. Just say that, you might be talking in your regional language, but just add one sentence there, right? So this is how you will
Mm-hmm.
slowly be closer, right? Second, you can record yourself speaking, right? You can just say anything. You can talk about your day, you can talk about your favorite movie, you can talk about what you did this 2 week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just record yourself. You will listen, and then you listen to what you said, right? You will see what you need to change. Third thing you can do
Mm-hmm.
is very important, very, very important, because we discuss vocabulary as well. Learn 3 new words every day, right?
Okay.
At least 3 new words. You can do more as well. You can pick 3 words from anywhere, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
vocabulary, that is the foundation step, right? One, you
Hmm.
add words that become a sentence. So vocabulary builds confidence in expressing ideas as well. So you have
Mm.
to learn words, at least, start with 3 new words every day. You can
Mm-hmm.
talk into the mirror. That's very common. That's a very general statement, but that's very helpful. Look yourself. It builds fluency. You see your body language as well, and
Mm.
you trust yourself more every day because you talk to yourself every day in the mirror. So
Mm.
these are a few things that I think can be useful when learning English. So some things that need to be incorporated, everybody.
Right. Yeah. People know about their four pillars, but these are the things they can also add while
Hmm.
learning this language. So they will
Hmm.
feel more comfortable and confident.
Right, right. And most importantly, you can talk to people who know the language, right? Because they will give you the corrections, they will give you the right way to speak.
Mm.
So yeah, with
Yes.
this, I would want to conclude our session today. It was great talking with you, Priyanka. It's great to know
Yeah.
your ideas always. So
Yeah.
as
Same here.
then I'll see you again later.
Okay.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay. Bye bye. Thank you.